Hey, what's up guys, Darkbreaker here. In today's video I will show you this monster build for Dr. Mundo, making him unkillable, and you guys will see how strong Dr. Mundo is in the jungle when you're picking him into the right team composition and against the right champions. I hope you guys will enjoy this gameplay. It's gonna be voiceover starting from now on. A lot of my I may have some pre-scheduled videos that I already did, but starting from now on, all of my videos are going to be voiceovers like this. And if you guys are enjoying these type of videos, make sure to leave a like and subscribe and tell me the feedback for the voiceover. Anyways, when do you guys want to play Dr. Mundo? Dr. Mundo is a great frontliner. So if you guys are missing a frontline and you have like a lot of champions that are squishy without a frontline, let's say you have a Senna bot lane, you have a Lux or something, champions then kind of need a frontline to work the best, or like a Ashe support, Senna support. These picks are very common, or a Lux as well. Then Dr. Mundo can be good. But when do you not want to pick this champion? You don't want to pick Dr. Mundo against high mobility champions and not against champions that have true damage. Vayne, for example, is one of the best counters to Dr. Mundo because of the high mobility and her true damage. So you don't want to pick Dr. Mundo in these cases because he will get kited and the true damage is just too much. Other good champions are obviously like Darius, Camille, Fiora. These champions have a lot of true damage, and maybe champions like Lucian, Ezreal that are gonna kite you. So these are the matchups or the champions you don't want to face. Overall, Dr. Mundo is pretty strong in the early game. I think he does very fine against most champions in the early game, because level 3, the lower you are, the more damage you will do with the third ability. Or because you're low, you get more AD and then you will do more damage. That's how it works. But yeah, for the ultimate, very classic. We're gonna go for the we are gonna go for the Sunfire Aegis. Gives you a lot of HP, abilities, and additional percentage. What do I mean? Not percentage damage. I'm not talking about the Searing Crown. I mean additional jungle clear speed from the epllay passive. I mean overall it's just for the wave jungle clear, so you guys can be faster. In combination with the second ability can be pretty good. And Searing Crown is more like an option if you guys wanna face, or you're facing tanky champions and this item scales. The better, the more tanky the opponents are, the more HP they have, and if they have a lot of armor, then Searing Crown can be a good option. But overall I would most of the times run Sunfire. It's just way better in the early game. Then we are running Divine Sundra. This item gives us really good stats, abilities most of all, and then the percentage damage and percentage healing you're getting every time you're using the Spellblade passive. After using an ability, your next auto attack is gonna do additional damage and is gonna sustain you more. Works really good into this team composition or against this enemy team composition because they had some frontliners, so Divine Sundra works the best against tanky champions. I know there's also the option to go Trinity Force for like a more aggressive build. I guess when the opponents are very squishy and they don't have any frontliners, Trinity Force can be a good option just for the additional damage in comparison to Sundra, where Sundra works the best against tanky composition. Then Spirit Visage, this is one of the core items for Dr. Mundo. In this game, not necessary because they didn't have that much AP damage, but I just wanted to get it for the increased healing you're getting. Dr. Mundo has so many abilities and the passive as well that is granting him more healing, and Visage is gonna boost all of the healing effects. Then also Emerald's Twin Guard is a great option to make you even more tanky, boosting all of your total resistance, making you way more tanky. And against this team composition, they had a lot of physical damage. So Thornmail was a great option, first of all, for the damage reflection. The more damage you're taking, the more damage you're gonna reflect. So that's pretty nicely, and on top of that, it also provides anti-heal. So if they hit you, you will proc anti-heal onto the opponent. And also, the more armor you have, the more damage you're gonna reflect. Other good options are Varmox, gives you more HP, gives you a lot of sustain when you're out of combat, so you guys can stay on the map without having to backport. Running's Omen against crit damage, and Force of Nature if you guys want some more mobility, and if they have magic or a lot of magic damage, you just get Visage and Force of Nature. For the runes, since you're not playing in the lane, we're not using Grasp. If you're playing, you can use this build also in the lane, by the way. Then use Grasp though. But in the jungle, we're using Conqueror. Gives us a lot of AD in team fights, which might pretty much synergize with the Divine Thunderer and the third ability pretty well. You could also run Phase Rush for more ability haste and movement speed, or Fleet Footwork for the early game, but I don't think Fleet is necessary. So I think mainly Phase Rush or Conqueror are the best option in the jungle. Then Triumph, giving us sustain whenever a champion dies. Since we have a lot of HP, we are also gonna get a lot of HP back. Then Perseverance gives us tenacity and resistance when we get CC'd, and then just Transcendence for more ability haste. You could also run Nimbus Cloak for more mobility if you're getting kited. For this build, it's gonna be obviously Smite, or the Smite and then Ghost or Flash. Ghost so you guys can run down people easier, and Flash if you guys want to have some sexy playmaking or like flashing over the wall, stuff like that. Okay, let's get started, guys. I can make the sound a bit louder, I suppose. Okay, like this. As you guys can see, against this team composition, they have Urgot, they have Vi. Thunderer is very good against those champions because they are building tanky. So I will get a really good amount of healing from them. And as you guys can see, I do the standard thing. I'm gonna put a pink ward onto that blue buff brush so I get some vision, for more information. I'm gonna start with the first ability. As you guys can see, the damage you're doing onto that red is really good, and look at that jungle clear. And then I'm gonna get the third ability and then the second ability. We're maxing the first ability first for our main damage, and then the third ability. As you guys can see, you can also use the third ability to hit someone or hit a minion. And if the minion is low life, it's gonna get thrown, and the throw damage is also gonna wait, what was it? The throw damage is also gonna hit the others, and then you can clear faster. And right here I saw that Vi is low life, so I'm just gonna go for Sneaky Steal. As you guys can see, look at the damage, how quickly Mundo just clears. His first ability worked really good because of the percentage damage. The more HP the opponents have, the more damage you will do with the first ability, so that's super useful. And the main reason I went for that invade is because I saw that Vi was already half-life, so if she wants to contest, I think I'm way stronger and I can just contest that and fight that out. But yeah, pretty much Dr. Mundo is all about harassing people with that first ability and chase them down. Be a nice frontliner for your allies, soak as much damage as possible, so your backline is gonna do the main damage. In this case, we have Tristana and Brand as our main damage sources. Okay, Leona with a jump over the wall, really good. We're just gonna use Ghost, chase him down, use that first ability, we get that kill. And now we can just go for that Scuttle. If Leona finds the engage on Jhin, that's really good. Again, another good engage by that Leona. When you use that first ability, we do hit the Jhin. He's gonna get really low. Jhin dies as well. And Leona with a stun. Yeah, that's what I mean with playmaking supports. Playmaking supports are so fantastic. And I have level 5, so I'm just baiting right here. I use the ultimate and we get 4 kills out of this fight and a triple kill for the Tristana. Super good early game start and a very good rotation by my bot lane and good engages by my Leona. Like really good. 6 assists already for the Leona at this point. As you guys can see, the jungle clear speed on Dr. Mundo is totally underrated, especially against single target champions. The first ability, your Bale, is so strong. People just underestimate Dr. Mundo's damage. If you pick Dr. Mundo into the right team comp where you don't get kited and they don't have percentage damage / true damage, then Dr. Mundo is a fantastic pick. Okay, I forgot to mention champions like Gwen. Gwen can be devastating against Dr. Mundo because of a percentage and true damage as well. Like Gwen, Vayne, champions like that, that's when you don't want to pick Dr. Mundo. Also like high mobility champions. High mobility champions are a nightmare. Vayne just kites you completely. And my bot lane is doing so well. They're really strong. I'm right here just looking for an invade again, trying to deny the vibe from even more farming, trying to steal some of her camps, so she's gonna lose more gold and experience. Yeah, my set is kind of struggling, huh? And Mr. Divine, thank you for the sub. If you guys are not aware, I'm streaming almost daily on twitch.tv/darkbreaker wildrift. So you guys can feel free to tune in. So on YouTube, there will always be voiceovers from now on where I'm just trying to explain to you guys my decision making, why I'm doing what, when you should play the champion, what are the strengths and weaknesses of that champion. And if you guys want some unfiltered tilting content, you can always feel free to check out this stream if you guys prefer that. I mean, there are obviously some people that prefer me tilting. There are people that prefer me tilting, obviously, I know that. So you guys can join the Twitch. Most of the times I'm live at like 7 PM Central East time, Germany time. But yeah, Dr. Mundo is super underrated and it's very fun gameplay because at some point he becomes just so tanky that he just runs people down. I would say pick him against melee champions and pick him if you need frontline. That's mainly it. And I don't think he has like a jungle matchup that's like so hard that you can play him. Like there are some champions that really struggle against like super aggressive early game junglers. Let's say you play Amumu against a Lee Sin, Kha'Zix, Jarvan, Riven, stuff like that. But I don't think these champions counter Dr. Mundo. Dr. Mundo is fairly strong in the early game. A 1 vs 1 level 3. Oh, please tell me I'm not losing this one. Okay, got it. But I'm gonna end up dying. Yeah, Urgot is rotating. And my set is gonna get the turret though. So we get the turret, I die, he gets a shutdown. But we get the dragon and the turret, so I think it's okay. I'm gonna rush Bramble Vest here. Bramble Vest is one of the most gold efficient items in the early game. If you guys wanna get some armor and get anti-heal and damage reflection. And the more HP you have, and Mundo's a champion that stacks HP, the more HP you have, the more efficient damage reflecting items become, because you have so much HP in general, and then you're getting HP from your passive and from your ultimate as well. So the more damage you're taking, the more damage you're also reflecting at the same time. So they are kind of killing themselves by hitting you. So if the opponents are focusing you, and you're soaking damage, that's perfect because they're taking a lot of damage. They're getting the anti-heal debuff onto them, and your allies, your Tristana and your Brand in this case, they can just run the people down because if they're focusing you, that's perfect. And in this game we also have 3 frontliners. 3 frontliners with 2 backline hyper carries. So this works pretty good. I think most games in solo queue, if you have like 2 good frontliners and then 2 strong backliners with crowd control in general, it's such a hard team comp to face. Like, let's say Varus plus Nautilus. In the mid lane you have something like a Ahri, and in the jungle you have like a tanky champion or a bruiser like Wukong. You have really good engage, you have so much crowd control, you have really good frontline, and the backline is gonna do so much damage. This is like the perfectly balanced team comp. But I mean, obviously, having the best tier, a good team comp doesn't guarantee you a win. But yeah, right now they're just focusing me, which is pretty good. We got 2 kills already at this point. Nice. I'm just gonna try to poke the Urgot from behind using my first ability. And my Tristana is already legendary at this point. My bot lane doing a fantastic job. Leona and Tristana are super strong at this point. And I think the biggest weakness of tanky champions, and I already said it, a tank is only as strong as your damage dealers. So if your damage dealers are bad, you have a big problem at carrying the games on your own. So if you have good allies or your damage dealers are good, that's when playing a tank is really fun, because you're soaking so much damage and you kind of become unkillable, and your backline is just hitting for free, doing so much damage and just carries. But if your bot lane is bad, then it's not fun to play a tank. Kind of mixed feeling about playing a tank. Playing a tank is obviously very good because you can engage, you have that feeling of going into 4 people, soaking so much damage, landing your insane ultimate like a Shen ultimate or Shen taunt. Yeah, tanks can be very good or feel pretty good when you're ahead and your allies are doing their job, doing damage. But if your allies are like a 0-10 Tristana, then it's not fun to play a tank. So that's the downside if you guys wanna play tanks. Tanks are selfless people that don't get any praise for their job. If you are a tank, you can land a perfect 5-man ultimate, you can soak so much damage, you're landing the perfect engage, you're tanking so much damage, but no one will praise you. No one will say, oh my god, insane ultimate. No one will say, oh my god, you tanked so much. The only thing you're getting is, why did you engage? Why are you so scared? And all the praise is on the ADC or on the mid laner that is getting those kills. But that's the life of a support / tank. You have to be selfless, you have to land those, you have to play like a giga chat with big balls, going for those engages, playing aggressive, knowing when to engage though. Knowing when to engage in a team fight is also important. Knowing basically who do you peel for. Like sometimes you have to peel for someone and sometimes you are just gonna engage onto the right target. So play around your win condition. In this game it's my Tristana, so peel for the Tristana or focus the backline that is carrying. That's your job as a tank. I use my first ability on this guy, slow him down so my Tristana can kill him. I'm tanking a lot right here. Being a good boy. I'm being a good boy, guys. Being a good boy for my lovely backline, for my Yordle Tristana. I'm a good boy. Write in the comments, I'm a good tank. I'm a good tank, guys. But yeah. What's your opinion about tanks? What's your opinion about tanks? Do you like to play a tank? Do you like to have tanks in your team? Or do you guys prefer enchanters like Nami, Janna that are peeling for you? Like, what's your opinion about tanks? And what's your opinion about tanks in this meta right now? We're kinda in a meta where ADCs are super strong, by the way. You see ultimate right here? Ooh, I kinda get popped too quickly, huh? But yeah, my man set was too deep there and he didn't use his ultimate. It's Batman. Brand with that ultimate in the backline, doing a lot of damage. Not the greatest fight. I think Tristana gave shutdown. I also died. They got 3 kills for no reason. But yeah, nice. Leona's playing fantastic. I just realized set is 1-6. But yeah, enemy Yasuo is 110. Unlucky, huh? I'm gonna get the Visage right here, even though I don't need it. But people will flame me if I don't get a Visage. Oh my god! Visage is core item, Darkbreaker. Why are you not getting Visage and Dr. Mundo? You need to get Visage immediately, even though they are mainly physical damage. I think rushing Thormir would be even better, but I was like, ah, whatever. I'm gonna get the Visage, or I'm gonna get flamed by my my bronze chat. Nah, it's kidding. I have good viewers. My viewers are grandmasters, challengers. If you guys haven't watched my guides yet, then don't wonder why you're not challenger yet. Unlucky. I have like a playlist with tons of guides, almost 100 guides. Check it out. I have like 4 solo queue guides, 3 barrel lane guides or something, 2 jungle guides or 3 jungle guides or something. I have so many guides about the roles in general and about certain champions, especially for new champions. I always do guides. On plus Volibear coming out soon. Don't miss it out. I'm gonna make some sexy videos for On. I'm gonna make an On guide, a Volibear guide, so you guys don't miss that out. Okay. Don't miss it out. Make sure to leave a like and subscribe. When are they coming on Tuesday? On Tuesday, new Volibear and On videos. I'm gonna try an AP video. I was talking to Random, he said there are like 5 builds that I could run. Tank, split push, hybrid AP, full AP, and bruiser. But yeah, look at how much I can tank, especially with the Twin Guard at this point. But yeah, that's great for the gameplay. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. But yeah, that's it. What's your opinion about Dr. Mundo? Was this a sexy Dr. Mundo video? 100%, but in Grandmaster, it's Batman. 68 marks. Yeah, very good. Tristana, 17 kills on the Tristana, 20,000 damage. How much did we tank? Let's see. 16k, 10 to 12. Pretty good game. Hope you guys enjoyed it. I see you guys next time. Bye bye.
Fire spreading all around my room. My world's so bright, it's hard to breathe, but that's alright. Hush.